off camera before the interview, we had mentioned your brother and things that he had maybe struggled with addiction. Seeing that, what was that like for you? How were you able to try to help him, and what were the biggest struggles with his addiction?
You know, we try to fix things. I think a lot of times when you're in a position to fix that, and you learn you can't fix things for other people. You can help. You can be resources. My brother was 2 years older than I was, so he was. We were in high school together. I was a sophomore in high school. He was a senior. I mean, he was pretty popular in high school, and I was kind of a quiet, doing my thing in sports and with my friends. And one Friday night, we roomed together we had 3 rooms in the house, and we roomed together in the back bedroom. And Friday night, I was home with my 2 sisters, my mom watching, the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family, and he was back in the back with a friend getting ready to go out as a senior in high school, and they came up, and I'm on the ground. He started wrestling with me, and all of a sudden, he's laying in my arms, and he's turning purple. Thank God we had a hospital, 2-3 blocks from our house. I mean, I was a big kid at that time. I was about 6'4", 6'5", and I was able to get him and put him in the car, and we took him right to the hospital. We didn't call 911. And his friend gave the medical staff the information they needed, so they revived him. He made it. Come to find out, he had OD'd on heroin that night. And so he had an addiction problem for a long time. The last 20, 25 years of his life, he lived in Houston. I had a chance several times to hang out with him and really mend the relationship. He had really blamed a lot of things on me, that decisions he was making, but we had a chance to really come together. And but he had been married, and his wife would kind of tell us he still had some problems. They divorced, and he was with the gal, and we got word a couple years ago he had a massive heart attack. She assured us that they were clean. I guess they met at a rehab place, and she said he had been clean for 2-3 years. But yeah, he had had an addiction problem for years and years. And for me, it was just talking and trying to, to hear, to listen. I guess that's the main thing, is to be a listener for him and try to give any kind of advice and let him know that we're there to help. Yeah, it was, again, a long distance relationship, Cincinnati, Houston, Texas. Didn't see him a whole lot, occasionally. But it was one of those things that you just have to be, being able to listen to him and let him share and let him know that we love him and stuff. So it was very tough because, he would say at times, "Yeah, I'm fine," but when I talked to him, I knew he wasn't fine. So I don't think he got help. He kind of hid it too. So that was tough for me, having a sibling that was going through that. And again, not being able to fix things. I learned a long time we can't fix things. We can try to be a source and try to help out, but we can't fix things.
Thank you for sharing that, because I know it can be tough. And for me personally, I've lost 3 friends from ODs, and one of them happened to one of my best friends in 2020. Couldn't have a funeral for him because of the pandemic, and you try everything you can to help them go to rehab or to stop and unfortunately, the thing with addiction is that person inside, just with mental health and addiction, anything in life, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I have to make this change, or else there's a chance that you might not be here. You might not be able to win that battle with the addiction, with the depression, with the suicidal thoughts. What would be, your message maybe to somebody that has a sibling or a family member that's struggling with that to try to push them in the right direction? Because I've been in that same shoes myself. I've struggled with alcoholism, and I've just hit over 8 months sober now.
Awesome.
And so thank you. Yeah. But it really does take a support system to try to make that change, right?
Yeah, it is. And, another, my wife had an older sister that left California, moved here. We lost her about 20 years ago to breast cancer, and she left a daughter here and a granddaughter. Well, the granddaughter had a little baby, and so my sister-in-law's granddaughter, it's been a few years, 7-8 years now. We lost a niece to drug overdose, and again, we tried everything. As an aunt and uncle, we offered to pay for college. She said, "I want to be go to culinary school." We offered to play culinary school. So we tried to incentivize her to but they have to make the decisions. People have to make decisions. We can try to assist. And what I would say to siblings, just try to help out. Know that you can't fix it, but be there to support, be there to listen. And the main thing is just continue to let them know you don't condone, you don't agree with them, but you love them. I mean, and that's, you love them. You want the best for them. And that's really all I can say is that you have to just be there and encourage, try to help out. But no, again, I can't say you can't fix it. You can't force someone to do something. You can encourage them, but you can't. So that's we had that. So with a niece here, the last 7-8 years we had that. We tried to help out, and it just didn't happen.
Yep, it's a tough battle for that person, for the family and friends. You have to try to get through it together and hope that they want to make that change in the mirror. We got about 5 minutes, so I want to try to flip the script a little bit and have some fun here on. And those were very, very powerful words. And I think I do want to point out listening is so key. And when I struggle with my suicidal thoughts, just having somebody to vent to, my cousin Zach, who's basically my brother, just him listening helped keep me here.